Welcome to a lovely little community called Dublin in West Perth, Ontario. Today we're going to do a little video called +1, -2. This is related to a video that was done on bike lanes by a channel called Shifter. We're going to do something similar but for communities, and we'll see how it ranks at the end.
The village of Dublin is in Ontario, Canada. It sits on the fence in between Huron and Perth County. Now let's get started.
+1 for this nice little private park, I think. This is a private property, but so that's kind of a -2 because I don't know if you're actually supposed to use this place, but it's a nice little space you could use if you did. You got a nice little gazebo down there, a nice little cute swing, nice little walkway as well that you could also use, and there's even a another covered gazebo with picnic benches in it. So yeah, I know the +1 just because it's a really beautiful place as well. I know I have people who have used this place before. It's private property, but again, it's kind of unclear if it's supposed to be a park or not. But people have used it for that, so I'm assuming it is usable for public, just happens to be private property. +1 for this nice little green space we have here. And a nice little bridge over here. Good to get over the creek, just enjoy your time, and if you really want to, you can even play some poo sticks if you know what that is. Also, great spot to hang out and just sit on a rock down there, enjoy the water. You can put your feet in the water too. Really nice and relaxing and cools them off. Usually there are flowers in here. I'm not sure why there aren't flowers in here right now, but -2 for this. Poorly maintained sidewalks and paths. Even not a really good width either. -2 for really wide lanes. This is supposed to be a residential street, and to be honest, not too many people drive on this, but and then like, well, why waste the money with all this asphalt that you're gonna have to fix anyways and patch up and eventually rip up again? I'd say just narrow down this lane to 2 lanes, 3 meters wide max, if you really want to, and then you could have it become technically I guess a 1 lane if you have someone parking on the side of the street, so then you have to go around, so that just kind of acts as a natural traffic calming, and therefore you don't really need something like bike lanes on either, because it's going to be slowing off traffic anyways. I'd even recommend something almost like brick and pavers too, for longevity and for just good groundwater retention as well. Yeah, those are just a few things, but I guess that's being nitpicky at that point, but I'm not nitpicking at the 2 wide of lanes. It's ridiculous. Also, -2 for sidewalks only on one side of the street. I'm not a believer that you need sidewalks in every single street on every side of the road. But I only believe that because if you don't have residentials on the other side of the street and there's like, I don't know, just a forest that butts up to the road, then yeah, of course you don't really need a sidewalk on that side. Maybe you can have some path that's going through the forest, but sidewalk on this side, sidewalk not on this side. Which you should, because there's residential, so they should have sidewalks. Or, as I kind of mentioned about narrowing the road, you narrow the road so much so that you wouldn't even need the sidewalk really, in some sense. Maybe just some visual pavers that look different than the road, so then it seems like a more walking space, or at least more welcoming as a walking space. So again, those are my thoughts on that and what could be possible solutions. +1 for local businesses. We have a furniture store right here and a mercantile over here, so lots of decor, lots of specialty snacks, things like that. So both are nice, really great places. They do bring lots of people into the village, so not too many people locally are shopping for furniture, but if they do, they're not far. So I'm gonna start that over again because we got loud vehicles. +1 for missing middle homes. These are historic homes right here and some more over here. To be fair, these are here because before Dublin was Dublin, it was a larger town that burnt down. A lot of it burnt down, so this is what's left of it, including the commercial spaces here as well. So, -2 again, that there's no longer a local train station here. Though, to be fair, there's no local passenger service that exists on this rail anymore, back here. However, this is an optimistic +1 because there is existing rail here that is still functional as for freight and still has the potential, and even I think even the case, to make it passenger service in the future from Goderich all the way to Stratford, and then that connects to the rest of the GTA train service. So I'm optimistic for that. Also, I assume a new platform built closer with very basic functionality to tap cards and stuff like that. Also, -2 for signs. Signs to tell you to slow down. They're not effective. They may work for a minor selection of the population, but no, please, let's get some real traffic calming measures in here. This is a school zone coming up. Just do some traffic calming to bring it down to 30 kilometers physically, not just with signs. To add to that, signs I see are more beneficial as an enforcer of the existing road conditions, of what the road condition is built for. I think the signs are good for that. Just a nice extra reminder if the physical is not doing its job, which I guess means maybe you need to redo the physical. But again, people get comfortable with the designs and start using the roads more faster pace once they do commute on them often anyways. So there's some factors there as well that come into play. +1 for the community center and park down here. So I'll give it another +1 because there's a park as well, not just a community center. And it's being utilized right now actually by, I'm assuming, a large family. So another +1 for that, I would say, just because someone's actually using the space that's provided by this small little village, this community here. +1 for this school. Good local public school that, this is just a primary school, so those from kindergarten all the way to grade 8 can go here actually. And I think this only goes up to grade 6 actually. My bad. Also, a nice little church. Great place for those of the Christian faith to gather at least. So it's great to have in the community, and also I just find them beautiful, especially the clock tower and the dings. I don't think this one does. I haven't heard this one ding dong for a long time, so I'm assuming it is out of commission. But again, beautiful little places, can be a nice gathering place for the community as well. +1 for sidewalks on both sides of the street. Always a nice bonus. I would add, though, -2 for the wide streets here. There's some good space for parking, but I think they're on the touch of the wide side, especially when it is a main route, but it goes through and we got a loud truck going behind me. Again, this route is used as a through route, which makes living in this little village a little louder than it needs to be. But overall, it's a pretty quiet road, so I can't complain too much about it. I say also a great amount just of small homes as well, which are always nice. It's good to have the options available. However, there does need more density here if you want to support local businesses. +1 for a local post office, which is great if you need to ship things out or pick up larger packages. It's nice for a little community to have, especially when there's other rural communities around that can come by here. Overall, this community, the village that it is, I'd say is a good community. It has some basic amenities at least, but it's still lacking a lot and still has some poor just urban design or road design, and lacking the density that could support more local businesses here. Businesses that wouldn't require people to drive into to be supported. It could be supported by the local community and any surrounding communities that are nearby. But fortunately, these businesses need people from the outside in to support them. The density is just not here.
Begin this first community review with this point chart to summarize the experience. For Dublin, we have +13 points and -16 points. This means our community review score is -3. Not too bad for a small village. Plus, There's always room for improvement. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, leave any thoughts in the comment section, and maybe even subscribe for more community reviews and different content too. Thank you for watching. Dag!